Hey, what's up? It's Higgi Bear. I'm back, and you see all this stuff we got to go over today. We got my little homie, little tiny Mike, Christine Barnum. She got her hair salon called Hair Abduction. Hopefully, I said that right.
You did.
She's gonna come here, and we're gonna have like one of my favorites, which is enchiladas. She's gonna make her sauce, and we're gonna go from there. So, without further ado, I give you Christine.
Hello, everyone. So it's holiday time. Obviously, I have my little Christmas apron on. So this time of year, the red sauce is used quite a bit because we're having holiday parties and everybody has different traditions and things like that. So I'm going to show you guys and Bobby how to make the sauce. Once you learn how to make this sauce, you can make a whole lot of it. And you can freeze it. We use Food Saver, and we freeze them, and then we just pull out a little bit at a time as we need it. You can use it for enchiladas, which is what Bobby's going to do today. And you can use it for making tamales for the meat. Do you know how to make tamales?
No, but I love to eat them.
Ooh, maybe we'll have to do that one too. That one's pretty easy.
Okay.
The sauce is probably the hardest part out of all of it.
Okay.
And then, so that's it. There's different types of sauce. I mean, not sauce, chilies. I use the dried chilies. So the California one is the mild. And so this is the one that you want to get. If you like hot, this is the one that you want to use, the New Mexico. So there's California and New Mexico. I don't usually buy the New Mexico because I don't like hot food.
Me neither.
So I usually like the California, but you can always make it spicy if you can't find the New Mexico ones. And I always forget the difference of the two, so I always have to text my mom and ask her which one is the hot and which one, because I never want to buy the hot.
Okay, is it like a specific store you get them at, or
anywhere?
Okay.
Anywhere, Save Mart, any grocery store will have them.
Okay, and so when you blend them, do you take the seeds out, or you just keep the seeds in there?
So what I do is, so if you're going to make a small batch just for that night, then you probably just only want to make maybe a quarter of the bag. And they're dried chili pods. So what I've done here is I have pre-cooked. Let me get this ladle out so you can kind of see what these pods look like. So I pre-cooked these, and they're still kind of steaming. So what you want to do is you just pull the stem off.
Okay.
My trash can away.
And so when you cook them, how long does it take?
It takes about 30, maybe 40 minutes. And you just boil them in water. You just put water and the chilies, and that's it. So they come dried, so this just rehydrates them.
Okay.
So usually what I do when I'm cooking is I'll put the blender like right next to it.
That's right here. Take it off for you.
You might have to do this part.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just move it
No,
over
I
there.
just go over there. We can switch.
We'll switch. Okay, so I usually just peel the stem off like I just showed, and then you just drop them into, and you can use gloves if if you're entertaining, but this is just us, so. And then that's it. So don't worry about the seeds. The seeds are going to get blended in here. You're going to puree it, which I'll demonstrate the pureeing part. So I'll dump these, or if you want to help, we can both kind of start peeling the stem off, and then we're going to use the juice from the water, and we're going to put that in here, and then we'll blend it up. So we'll demonstrate that.
Oh, okay. So cause sometimes when I like do spaghetti or macaroni, I use some of the pasta juice to get it in there. Like you want to save something to get that little taste. That's a hint.
Yeah,
Right there.
because it gives it flavor. Because the water is already flavored from the chili.
Okay. So how long have you been making this?
I don't know. Good question. A long time. My mom showed me how to do it. So this is the way I cook. You're going to laugh when I tell you this. So because I'm living a healthy lifestyle these days, I'm always trying to spin my traditional dishes for a healthier way. So, which my husband does not like. So he usually, when he cooks, he puts everything but the kitchen sink in it. And when I cook it, I'm thinking about calories and keeping it low calorie. So this is awesome. I don't know, is that enough for this blender? Okay, so now what you want to do is take the juice and make sure that you don't get any of the stems in there. I don't know if that's a stem or not. Let's take that out. And then just use that.
So you said when you cook, you do for like you watch the calories and stuff.
Yeah, so I don't put anything in it that's going to add calories to it. I make it pretty plain because that way it gives you a little bit more control when you're making your actual dish. Then you can add your calories there and be able to calculate it all. So I just laugh because that's just how I operate.
Yeah, let me tell you why she's saying that, because she's a pro bikini competitor with what is it called? Which one is it?
IFBB.
What they said. So yeah, she's a pro, so she's always watching what she eat and this and that. So because she just did a show not too long ago, and they got some shows planned again. So hey, you got to give it up. You know what I'm saying? For those of you who didn't know. All right, we can get back to
Is this
right
good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Hey, you making it? So.
Well, I just don't know on this blender. This is actually on my Christmas list this year. I want this blender because this is a really nice blender.
It's
Vitamix.
There it is. I can pronounce it. I was gonna say something else. So we're gonna put it right there. Make sure to hold the top of this top.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, earlier today I didn't hold the top.
That's the OG right there.
And it's splattered everywhere. So I mean,
so do you want this on 10 or?
It's puree, so I don't know, because you want to puree it so that it's a sauce. Turn it off for 1 second. Okay, I forgot. Really important.
Take the top off?
So yeah, take the top off. So these are the seasonings that I chose. This is my husband's favorite. He calls it badia. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but it's just an all season blend. So you put that in there, and like I said, I don't put a lot. I just sprinkle a little bit in there because once the sauce is done, you can taste it and see if you want to add more to it. And then, oops, I closed it for the trip.
Girl, that ain't even a tablespoon.
Well, you can add more.
That's a little pixie dust right there. What the?
Okay.
All right, there we go. Put some more of that body in. Oh, that's the
badia. Badia. I don't know. That's what he calls it. So anyway.
There we go.
Okay, and then I like to put fresh garlic, which I already peeled ahead of time. Drop that in there. And then this one is cumin seed. You can buy ground, but the seed is not going to matter because you're going to puree it, so you won't have the actual like shell or whatever. So, but I like both.
Cumin gives it that earthy taste.
Yeah, it's like gives it that that Mexican seasoning dish. And then I add a little bit of beef broth. You can use chicken or beef; it doesn't matter. I just put one in. But I could put two if you want more seasoning.
No, we'll go with one. We'll go with one. It's just the first one was so, I'm like, hey,
Well, I don't get wild with the seasoning because, I'm always watching it. So sometimes I probably watch it a little too close.
But you got to have some days, like the holidays is coming up, you got to get your grub on, Because as you guys know, the episode today with my wife, Nicole, the fitness pro, she's a professional bodybuilder. It's gonna pop up on 2 o'clock today.
What'd you guys make?
Anyway? Oh, wait. Huh?
What'd you guys make?
We did meal preps.
Teaser.
Yeah, we did meal preps.
Oh, okay. I like it. Okay, now you can blend it again.
All right.
Should be ready to go after this next little.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Looking good. Let me tell you.
So what you're watching for is the color change. So once you see that it's all the same color is when it's good. And as far as the water goes, if you want to make it more concentrated, you can put less water in it. It'll make it a little bit thicker. So it just depends on your preference. It's not really specific. It's just to your liking. That's how I like to do it. So now what you want to do is pour a little bit of this into the strainer. Oops, I should have showed you the strainer, what it looks like, but it's got really fine teeth and it's like blended across this way. So what you want to do is take the spoon and press it through, and then that pushes the sauce and it leaves the pulp. So this is probably what's going to take the longest besides the boiling part, initial boiling, but that blended it really nice.
Yeah, and it warms it up too. I forgot that it warms it up when it blends.
Oh, it does. Mm.
I can't take credit. I didn't pick this off. My mama did. She picked it off. Yeah.
Okay, so once that's through, then you take the pulp, and there's the pulp there. You can see. You just drop it in the garbage can. I mean, I don't know what else to do with it. But
Oh, I was gonna say you can't use it for anything else, but
well, it's got seeds and
okay.
stuff in it, so I wouldn't use it for anything else. And then you just continue that process over and over until it's all strained. And then once it's all strained through, then it looks like this batch here, and that's the hot batch that I made. So it's pretty pureed, and it's a sauce. You can, like I said, you can store it. You can make a smaller batch for just the one time use. Just depends.
This is a spicy one?
That's the spicy one.
All right, let me taste
and I didn't taste it, so it probably doesn't have very much seasoning.
That's cool. It's got a nice little kick.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Hey, you see me? I'm not over here like gagging for water and stuff like that because I'm weak when it comes to hot stuff.
Some of those sneak up on you, though.
Yeah.
But you can make it hotter. You can always add your extra hot stuff in there.
Yeah, I like that.
Or even you can add, like, throw in, like, some of those serrano peppers that are dried. Those are pretty hot. You can throw those in there, too, if you want to make it even hotter for your liking.
Okay, cool.
Or even just season it with hot seasoning. So it just depends.
All right.
But, yeah, so now that's just the process of it all.
Okay.
So it's this step, then you go to this step, and then you puree it, and then it's done. So it's pretty easy. It's really not that difficult to do. And then once you have the sauce, like I said, you freeze it, and then go from there.
All right, we back. You can see the enchilada sauce has already been made up.
Pureed.
I was corrected.
Fancy word.
And so now we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to show you real quick how to roll them and put the sauce on them and go from there. I do it that way. Sometimes I'm just lazy. I just lay my tortillas down, put the meat, beans, cheese, whatever, put it over it, and then I'm done. But for you guys, I'm going to do the roll. When you get your little meat, put it in there, and just roll it, and add the sauce, and put it to the side. This is like gonna be time consuming, so I'm not gonna do every one. You guys can see it, but I will show you guys the end results after it's baked and it's done. You don't want to put too much meat in there. You don't want it to buzz, but you know what? What the hell do you? You know, some people they use chicken. Some people they use ground turkey. Ground turkey is cool. I just don't like the ground turkey breast. I prefer just the regular ground turkey because the ground turkey breast is really dry. You was gonna say something?
I put cheese and onion in it.
Oh yeah, I put cheese and onion. After I roll them, I put it on top. But in my household, my wife does not like onions.
Oh, okay.
So I gotta kind of do onions for me on the side, and I like to put my cheese on top.
That's what I was going to put in the sauce. I was going to boil it with an onion, but then I remembered that a lot of people don't like onion, so I didn't add it.
I like onions,
but you can add it if you want to. But I do want to add something about the sauce. So you can easily go to the store and buy the sauce. You don't have to make it yourself, but this doesn't taste as good. And to me, I think it's spicier. Like when I tried to feed little kids with canned sauce, they said it was too spicy. So that's how I started making the sauce, because it's not spicy. And it goes down easy, and it doesn't give you heartburn because it's fresh. So, and the can has calories in it, and this does not have any calories in it other than it's just chili peppers, dried chili peppers. So the only thing it has in it is the seasoning. The beef broth probably is like 1 carb per bouillon, but the rest of it doesn't really have anything in it.
Did you just say per bouillon?
Bouillon, is that what it's called? Bouillon? Isn't that what it's called? How do you pronounce that word? It is? I said that right? Okay.
Since you watch your calories so much, what do you do for like Thanksgiving? How do you just do like?
I just do a cheat meal. I don't count because it's too hard to count.
There you go.
I just put everything, do it all.
Cool. Well, that's good.
But if I was making those for myself, I would probably weigh each little section of meat on the scale as it went inside each tortilla.
Damn.
I know that's a little crazy, but that's me.
Hey, to be in the sport that you guys do takes a lot of dedication and discipline.
Definitely.
That's why I don't do it.
It's hard to say no, but
You know, I see sometimes I can't lie, I feel bad. I'm up in here eating, eating real good, and I look at my wife and she eating her some.
lettuce,
You gonna have to edit this out. Some bull. We're just me and my son. We just up here getting our grub on.
lettuce and chicken breast.
So we're doing this right here. This is the spicy we putting on there. It's not that spicy. If I can hang with it, you can hang with it.
But see, the sauce, this sauce right here that I made is a little bit thick. If you want to thin it out, you can add a little bit more chicken broth to it or beef broth, and that'll thin it out. Or you can add water to dilute it down. But if you put broth in it, it's going to give it a little bit more flavor rather than just.
Okay, now all we got to do is add the cheese, which I did not get out the refrigerator. My bad. Flour tortillas.
Oh, you're doing 2 different batches. I like it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put it over here with this one right here because she likes the flour
Some for the
tortillas.
misses and some for the misters.
Yeah. There we go. All right, so we're back, and so while we're waiting on the enchiladas, they're in the oven, waiting on them to get nice and melty, cheesy, and everything. I want to ask you about your hair business. What made you go into that?
Oh, wow, that's a long story, but I'll make it short. I have an aunt that inspired me. She was a beauty instructor. And so when I spent some time with her, she just always looked so glamorous and beautiful. And so I just loved that she was in the beauty industry, and I wanted to be like her. And my mother-in-law went to beauty school and did nails. So when she invited me to come get my nails done, and I'm sitting there getting my nails done, and she's like, "Hey, you can do this too." And I'm like, wow, you just sit here and make everybody look beautiful all day long? This looks like fun. I could do this and make money at it. And I did. And
Cool.
that was 30 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have a question though. Did you ever have a client that you tried to make beautiful and it just didn't work?
Yes. And I sent them packing. Bye.
Oh, hey, keeping it real.
I mean, sometimes you just don't mesh well with people. You just have to tell them, you know what, I have a friend, and she could really do a good job on your hair. And then there's a nice way to do it.
All right. So you heard about that. Now, everybody's been waiting on. You're competitive being on stage. What made you want to compete?
Oh my gosh, what made me want to compete? I met this girl who I was doing boot camp with. And so she had done a show, and I noticed how good she looked, and I was like, wow, she looks amazing. And she's like, oh, I just did a show, and she showed me her pictures. And so then I decided to go, to talk to Jim from Flex Factory. One of my other coaches had recommended that I go talk to him. So I did, and then he recommended I go to a show. So I went to the SenCal, which is in September. And
Is that the one that used to be down here?
Yeah, here
Okay.
It was at the convention center.
Okay.
So that was the first time I went and sat in on a show. When I went there, that's when I met Nicole, and she was standing behind a table like this, and she had these little cards, and she's like, "Hey," and my first impression was like, "Dang, she looks good." So she gave me these little cards. Fill out this card, and you get a free membership at the gym that she was working at the time. So she calls me like the very next day, and she's like, "Hey, you won like 2 weeks free at the gym membership." So I was like, "Okay." She's like, "When do you want to come?" I said, "How about tomorrow?" She was like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." So the next day I met with her, and then we talked about her competing, and she just really inspired me, and that's why I kept going. And each time that I did a show, my body kept improving. So we just kept going to see how far we can take it.
How many shows have you done so far?
I think I did about 7 or 8 now. I lost track. I think I did. It started in 2016. So,
Your first show was in Fresno, right?
yeah.
And then it was in
No, actually, it was in
Contra
Costa.
Costa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was in Contra Costa. Yes, that was a good one too, and I won first place.
Yeah, she won. And I remember I said, "Oh, she beat Bree Martinez's competitors," and like Nicole was like, "Hell yeah, she beat him." I was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't know." You know.
Yeah, so that was like, wow, I didn't even think I could do that. So,
So yeah, when you first met Jim, how did you react to all his blinking? Because Jim blinked all the damn time. I just had to throw that in there.
I don't, honestly, I don't really pay too much attention to
He
things like
blink
that.
all the time, boy. He's like, I'm like, either you smoked a joint before I'm talking to you, or you just blinking.
Yeah, I don't really pay too much attention to all that kind of stuff. But I did listen to what he had to say. And so, he got me. I mean, I learned so much from him. Like, I picked his brain every chance I get. I think he made a mistake by giving me his cell number and Nicole, because I would text him all the time asking him millions of questions because I wanted to know, why is
That's
this
cool.
happening, or why is this happening, or
Yeah.
now a lot of time has gone by and I'm understanding my body a lot more and how food affects my body. So now I basically stick to the things that I know work for my body, and I sprinkle in some of those other fun foods once a week, or once in a while. But I'm careful with it because my stomach doesn't do well
Okay.
with like a lot of foods. I'm just not used to eating a lot of those kinds of things, like heavy fried food or dairy. So I have to add those in slow.
Okay. So now this question, you might have to think about it because this is what was your in competing. What was your hell no moment? Does that make sense?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I remember
Because
that.
everybody get a hell no moment. You know
Yes,
what
I
I mean?
think that
Was it
my
when you went to
moment was
Pittsburgh or?
no, it was a show that I did in San Jose, and there was like about 9 of us in that show, and I got second place, and I was mad because I felt like I looked better than the other person that won first place. I don't want to get too into it.
Wait, that was the show that you and Nicole went up and me and James came back away.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah.
I
So
understand. Yeah, that should have been a held out moment because
yeah.
yeah.
So what that did, I'm glad it happened because it just set a fire in me to push harder. And so Nicole was loving it because she's like, yes, let's go, let's go, let's go. So she just kept on encouraging me, and I pushed really hard. And we started doing 2 leg days and 2 shoulder days, and yeah, so it was good for me because then I made a lot of improvement. But I think 2020 was probably my best year because that's where I actually built muscle, because I ate everything under the sun because I thought, you know what, if we're gonna die, I'm gonna die happy and eating everything.
COVID year. The COVID
So
year.
I gained a lot of weight during that time, but
You kept working though.
yeah, but I kept working out. We kept working out every chance we got, and then from that moment on, I just started building muscle.
That's what's up.
It took me almost a year to peel all that fat off, but what was underneath was the cherry on top. I had a lot of muscle at that point.
Cool.
Yeah.
See, everybody get their hell no moment, but it's what you do with your hell no moment. Some people get their hell no moment and they quit, but you gotta keep pushing.
Yeah.
One more question. How does it feel? How did you feel when you became pro?
Oh my God, it was amazing. I couldn't believe it, but I knew it was going to happen because all of the shows leading up to it, I kept improving and getting better and better. And then with the judges giving us the critiques back, we were able to fine tune those little things that they asked me to do. So once we fine tuned them, going into that show, I felt like I got this. So it wasn't like that shocking for me because I knew we were getting to that point.
Cool. But it had to be a good feeling when you like, yeah, all that work paid off.
Yes. Yeah. Because it was crazy because you have to win first place in order to get that pro card. You can't get second. You can't get third. It has to be first place.
That's what's up. All right, we back. And so now you see, it's done. We're getting ready to break into it. Hey, it's look yummy. I know it's gonna be yummy. So hey, there you have it. It's pretty
What's your
easy.
little saying? Yum yum.
Yummy for the tummy. Yummy for the tummy. It's pretty easy. She broke it down how to do it and everything. So you did yourself this holiday season. You can make that sauce for enchiladas and tamales.
Tamales, anything you want for.
And I'm gonna try it with spaghetti.
No. No.
I'm gonna pull it off.
Okay. We'll wait for that YouTube video.
All right, so let me break into this. Right here. Hey, some people use knives. Whatever. I just get with the spatula. Don't have to be that.
It smells good.
Ooh, there we go. So yummy for your tummy, and I didn't bring a fork.
You want me to go get you a fork?
Use your hand. Use my hands?
No, let me get you a fork.
Yeah, you know what? I can't use my hands.
Is there one in here? No, this is a spoon.
Over there.
Here?
Hey, you ain't got to tell me twice. Bomb diggity.
Too late.
Too late. Banging. Yummy for your tummy. You know, we want to give a shout out to my homegirl coming in and putting it down for us. And man, this is good. I can't even talk. Go ahead.
You like the sauce?
Yeah. The sauce is banging. You don't want to get that no more. You just want to make it.
Yeah.
So this is banging.
And the food saver is good. You can put it in the food saver and freeze it and then pull it out as you need it. But I think I already said that.
Food saver. Oh.
Yeah, the thing that, it zips the food and you can freeze it.
So you guys do that. Check her out. She got some shows coming up. Let them know about your websites and everything.
Christine Mighty Mouse is my Instagram. At IFBB Pro. I almost forgot that. That's a pretty important part. I do have a hair abduction website on Instagram as well. I think that's it.
Any upcoming shows?
I don't know. I have to see because I injured my knee, so I have to rest.
Okay.
That's my recipe right now is rest.
All right. So there you have it. This is Bomb. We finna kill it. Y'all have a blessed day, and we out. Peace.
Ooh, that looks good. Somebody's hungry.